Well, here we are. I've fallen behind on the old unboxing thing. A little too much work, not enough time to play. So I got a shipment in here a week or so, 2 weeks ago, and been so busy I haven't got to anything. I got the new timing system, TrackMate timing system with LightBridge, which should speed up the process. I should be able to take these analog cars and be able to run some laps with them so I can get an out of the box type time, and then I'll just do a little bit of tuning, some silicone tires, which is what I run on my track at this time. Do some silicone tires, one of those slot invasion guides. They seem to do the trick on there. Sometimes a little truing of the tire, front tires, get them a little lower. Just the typical tuning things. Put some nail polish on there, possible lead if needed. A lot of times I'm not using lead. Now I'm still experimenting with that aspect of tuning. I've had pretty good success so far just with the silicone tires, the getting the body float right, pod adjustments. I'm originally Carrera guy, so I don't have huge tuning thing, but just to see, out of the box what I can get, and then with the little tuning, how much I can improve it. And then drop in the comments any kind of tuning tips you guys might have, because I am relatively new to the tuning of the cars, but I enjoy it. Kind of moved away from Carrera, went to these different types of car. Got Revo here, I got MR slot car here, I got some NSRs there. I've done my first poly car. These are all F1 cars. A little disappointed there if you haven't seen my unboxing on this car here. This was the first one I did. I went in and improved it. I got the guide in there, silicone tires, but I'm going to take some more time to tinker before I make a final decision. But I mean, when I compare this poly car to one of these NSRs or these Thunder slots, I can't tell you. I haven't put a MR slot car on the track yet, so still no opinion on that. But here's the car I'm going to work on today. I'm going to take a look at. I just love these cars. Of course, typical Revo, the beautiful box. I love these cars right here, and they have a line of them if you haven't seen them. I mean, it's just a beautiful car. I mean, I love them. I only have 2 or 3 other Revos, and I haven't really mastered the tuning of these things. With the metal body, they're heavier than what I'm used to, and I just haven't got one to run as good as I believe that they could. But I'm curious to you just look at this thing, it looks fast. I have to think that I can tune it better than I have my other Revos. So like I said, if you got any advice, I mean, I watch all your guys' videos, those of you that put out videos, so I'm learning something every time. But personally still haven't got mastered this this car. So I'll open this up, take a look inside, then we'll throw her on the old 80-foot Carrera track and see what kind of times we can turn. And then, by the way, a question I have, when you do get a car and you run it out the box and you're getting a time, what's a good improvement. You know, is it a second? Is it 500ths of a second? 2 seconds? I mean, what do you guys look for? I know every 10th or every 100th is great, but you know, what's an average out of the box, and you know, what's the average improvement you can get? Well, we'll take the lid off here, take a look inside. If you guys haven't been following these Revos, you know, you get this kick-ass flyer thing inside here, lists all the parts. I love that with this car, that they give you all the breakdown of the car. And then of course, like in this series, I have the black one, but you know, you have picture all the cars in this same car, just different liveries, different colors, whatever you want to call it. Just love the way Revo does that. It's really good. So let's take a look inside this hood. Okay, so let's take this body off, give you a view. I've already removed it's basically 4 screws that hold the body on. Then all these are for the pod, the motor. So we pull this off, and typical Revo, we have some float already in there. This is straight out the box, so I haven't made any kind of adjustments. So I got a little bit of float in there, and I won't adjust that. I'll just run it just the way it came out. I'll put a little oil in all your normal places, a little grease on the motor here, the pinion and the big gear, spur gear, and then we'll take her for a run. Whether I turn this into a digital car, I don't know. I prefer racing digital, just for lane changes, the fuel and all that, but I do have the tech slot box, so I can run this just as is. And then I also purchased the TrackMate race management software in the light bridge. So, you know, let's run this thing around, see what we can get right out the box. It's a 21,000 RPM motor at 12 volts, 200 grams. I guess that's the magnetic, I guess, how they rate it. The magnetic pull of this motor, I'm not sure. You know, if you know, leave it in the comments. Like I said, I'm new to the enthusiast style cars, the hobbyist style cars, so I'm learning, and I'm just sharing my experience. And if you guys can share your knowledge, I'd appreciate it. So let's throw her on the track and see what we can turn with this thing. All right, now I added a Rankin slot guide, which is a little tight, so I'm not really liking that. And then the silicone tires. Got myself a little more body float and a little more pod float. Let's see how she turns out. The time to beat was 7.978. So let's see what we can do.
Yellow flag.
Well, we knocked her down. Okay, we had to beat a 7.978, and our best lap was 7.622. Medium was 7.69. I think we could have did better. I need a different guide that